Hey guys, it's Shark. Just telling you guys that something you probably are already aware of if you've made it to this episode, but Psychopass is not for the faint of heart. It's rated 17 plus, it's rated MA, it's rated R, whatever you'd like to call it. So viewer discretion is advised. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Peace. Hey guys, TheFlamingShark back with another video. Today doing another blind commentary, blind reaction. Today we are doing episode 6 of Psychopass, episode 7 of Psychopass, and probably episode 8 of Psychopass. I did the fairy tale commentary for episode 9 a little while ago, and now I'm doing a 6, 7, 8 reaction. I never said it in the video for fairy tale, but I've recorded both that fairy tale commentary and this Psychopass reaction on July 8th, 2015. I don't know when you guys will get it, probably maybe a week or two. I don't know. We'll see when the copyright strike goes away, because it should be gone by about this time next week, but we'll have to see. Obviously, you guys will have found out whenever you got the Ben 10 double video. Anyways, yeah, it's actually been a good week or so since I did Psychopass. Some good shit happened in the last 3 episodes. This one is called Return of the Psychotic Prince. I will go into my prediction in a few moments. But, yeah, not much else to say. I'm looking forward to some more Psychopass. Really loving the show. I'm really digging it right now. And I'm 5 episodes in. I want to grind through it. And like I said, you know, I don't know. I haven't watched as much. I plan to just blow through it, and I haven't blown through it. But hey, I'm trying to make it so maybe I don't react to it a lot, but when I do react to it, I give you guys a good bunch of episodes. Makes up for it, right? Like, I'll react to Fairy Tail more often. And I have that thing. Fairy Tail, I'll react 1 episode per, like, Fairy Tail reaction, and then maybe with Ben 10, I'll start doing 2 each time I do it. I don't know, we'll have to see. And then with Psychopass, I'll try to do 3. We'll just see, though. Anyways, and no promises on any of those fronts. Anyways, though, Psychopass, episode 6, Return of the Psychotic Prince, will commence in 3, 2, 1, play. Like I said, I will make my prediction during the outro, and I need to turn this shit way down.
You're moving too fast. What is your current location?
I can't find Hound 4, Sasayama. What's going on?
I was about to say, is this when he was an enforcer? Yep.
Getting out of control. Come back for now.
Yep.
I'm bringing Sasayama back.
Crap, I need to turn it up again. Turn it down.
Sasayama.
Okay, so Kogami had a nightmare of his past back when he was a inspector instead of an enforcer. Fair enough. Hold it! So my prediction for this episode is going to be... my prediction is... Oh man, I'm thrown off. My prediction for this episode is that, the guy in episode 1 is going to show up. The guy in the intro to the entire series is going to show up. I don't know who else the Psychotic Prince can be. Unless it's like Kogami's dark side. That's always possible as well. Done. Episode 6.
Looks like she's working hard.
Due to her inexperience, she acts unprofessionally a little too often.
but she's still an excellent employee. I think she has a bright future.
Well, I certainly hope that's true. Of course, there's always a chance you could wind up going down the path of your former partner.
Why would you remind
Same
him?
year as you.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, Chief.
You inspectors have very demanding
So she's like the...
jobs.
Okay.
Even as you face the deviant and distorted minds of all of those criminals and enforcers out there, you must maintain the unyielding spirit needed to pursue your duties.
Mm-hmm.
You should
Sounds
be sure
right.
to keep your guard up, too. Ginoza, a causal relationship between genes and crime coefficients, as of yet, still hasn't been scientifically proven. Though,
Yeah.
just to be clear, that also means that it hasn't been disproven yet either.
Is that saying his father or something is...
I hope that you don't make the same mistake as your father.
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
hope it
Well,
with
there you
every
go.
beat of my heart.
Is that his
I'll
mother,
keep that in
maybe?
mind.
I can buy it.
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her
That's,
domestic. She pined and
Oh,
With
that's...
a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief.
I know I've heard this
Was this
before.
not love indeed?
This sounds very
We men may
familiar.
say
What is
more,
this?
Swear more, but indeed our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
Stop there.
Yes.
Is it...
The first known performance of Twelfth Night took place in 1602. Yet in the verse Kagami just read, you get a glimpse of the enduring universality of Shakespeare.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in literature class right now?
Oh? A friend?
Yes, we're studying Twelfth Night by Shakespeare.
12th Night.
Shakespeare's comedies are boring. You don't like his work? I do like his tragedies, especially Macbeth and Titus Andronicus.
I like
So
Macbeth.
those two are the interesting ones, huh? Not only are they interesting, but they're especially cruel.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay, but why don't you just look it up in the database? As an inspector, you're authorized.
Yeah, but if I access those files, Mr. Kogami will find out.
Is it that you don't want him to know? Or is it that you're seriously concerned about Kogami?
Oh. Debatable either way, I suppose.
Are you in love?
Oh! Okay, well, she
So, have
blocked
you
that
ever
off
been in love?
immediately.
Let me put it like this, Akane. I'm way more experienced in life than you. And not just when it comes to love. I've done all kinds of bad things. I've
Fair
ventured
enough.
into a world so depraved that a wholesome girl like you wouldn't even be able to imagine it.
Really?
I buy that, for
For
sure.
instance, this.
You mean juice?
Alcohol?
Not juice. It's booze.
Yep.
Real alcohol. Old Masaoka gave some to me. These days, people are afraid of getting addicted to it. So they stick to safe therapeutic tripping or go virtual, you know?
That's for drinking? Not for breathing fire?
Oh my god, she's so innocent and so
Well, this is the
freaking
kind
cute.
of naughty fun that is now our privilege and, dare I say it, our duty to enjoy.
I like the guy's thinking. I'll stay away from
Whoa,
liquor
that's good.
myself, but...
Of course it is. This is real cooking. Hey, those snacks are only for people who are drinking.
No fair.
You're more than welcome to try some, though. If you get me drunk, I may start talking about all sorts of things.
Oh no. Oh, clearly she's gone already.
Okay, see, the thing is, by the time I came along and joined the unit, Ko had already been stripped of his inspector title. So I don't really know all the details. But what I
Fair
heard
enough.
is that it had something to do with an enforcer who was under his command at the time getting killed.
Dang.
How was he killed?
Well, he was chasing down a suspect, but the tables turned and he became a victim. If I'm remembering right, his name was Sasayama. He was killed the same way as the other victims.
Yep,
From what I
Sasayama
hear,
was
it
the
all
name in
pretty
the
gruesome.
flashback that we sort of saw.
The whole thing really messed Ko up bad and caused his crime coefficient to shoot up. The case
Fair
may have
enough.
never been solved, but Ko refuses to give up on it. Stubborn guy is still investigating it to this day.
That sounds awful.
Now tell me, how is it you're okay after drinking so much?
And she just drinks another glass.
Well, maybe you just get drunk way too easily.
Enforcer
Damn, get wrecked.
Sasayama. Oh, there's no way I could forget the specimen case, even if I tried.
Specimen case?
Yeah, that was how we all referred to the investigation. Akane, You've heard of plastination?
It's a process that they use to create biological specimens, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a technique for preserving tissue. Water and fat are replaced by polymers. But in the specimen case, it was used to commit murder.
Oh! Yeah, I was
First, the
right
killer
before her.
dismembered
I
and
was
cleaved
like,
open the
oh.
body, then used plastination to turn it into a human specimen. They brought their handiwork right into the middle of town and displayed it under a holographic illumination in the entertainment
I don't blame
district.
you, Akane.
So wrong.
Thousands of passers-by thought they were just looking at ordinary environment hollow. But the truth was, they were walking right past the mutilated cadaver hiding underneath it. When people found that out, the area of stress jumped up 4 levels. It was so
Damn.
bad they imposed a news blackout.
Sorry. We shouldn't discuss this while you're eating.
She gives no fucks.
Why not?
I
It takes a
had
lot to ruin
Chester
your
fries
appetite.
and
Believe
Coke
me, that girl is
for
some
lunch.
stuff way more sick
And
and
Dr.
twisted
Pepper.
than this.
And I'm gonna have noodles, cup of
You were
noodles
talking
for
about
lunch
the
after
specimen
this.
case, right? Continue.
Like, I've been eating
Well,
like
you
the
see,
like a champ lately.
Since the procedures
Actually,
were
I've been eating
obviously
pretty
performed
healthy,
by an
sort of,
expert,
but today I'm
the
not.
investigation was focused almost
Dang.
entirely on specialists.
The
in
phone
field of
call is
pharmacy and
real.
chemistry.
I
But
am
then-
gonna pause it. I'll be right back. It's probably nothing, but I will check it anyways. I'll be back in a sec. Like I
Midst of all this, Sasayama was...
While
While looking
it
into
was
a
nothing.
totally unrelated report of a missing high school teacher, they were searching the guy's apartment, and they came across plastination resin. It was
Okay.
this guy, Kozaburo Toma. As soon as he went missing, the killings came to an abrupt stop. So it seemed clear he must have been the culprit.
Fair enough.
But all we had was circumstantial evidence, so it ended up an unsolved case. On top of that, Toma didn't have any kind of background in chemistry, so even the question of who created the resin he used remains a mystery.
You're saying he had an accomplice?
I don't think we can call this person an accomplice, since we just have no way of knowing whether
Yeah.
he had the slightest clue of what the resin he was making would be used for.
Fair
Hell,
enough.
we don't even know how it was acquired at this point. Only God knows for sure, I'd say.
Fair enough. Can't really argue with that. Oh, it's her friends
I take it
again.
you're having a rough day as usual.
Man, she looks hella tired.
Considering how crappy you look, it'd
Yeah,
be pretty hard not to.
that's one way to put it.
Guess being on the fast track gets bumpy. Keeping all those secrets.
Yeah, exactly. It sucks.
So, does this have something to do with that loose cannon you work with?
I feel like I just can't get a read on him, you know? And then, to make things even more confusing, I just found out he used to have my job.
Wait, don't tell me this dude used to be some kind of honor student too. Did everybody but me and Yuki score a 700?
He's
That would've
like,
been funny.
super smart.
This is just a thought.
Yeah?
But could it be the problem is that you two are too much alike?
Huh. I'd have to think about that.
Sorry, it's urgent. I gotta go.
I could see it.
Hey, you can't
They
leave.
are
We
kind of
just got here.
similar,
I'll make
and
it up
he's
to you
trying.
next time.
He's shut out that part of himself because he cared so much about his boy, and that's what got him crazy. And
It looks like Satsuki Kuzuhara is still missing. She just
that's
vanished.
interesting.
I heard the teachers
Understand?
are to keep silent.
Oh.
They're afraid if they discuss it, then the students will worry.
Don't they know? That makes us worry even more.
More.
The chief selling point of this
Sort
school is
of.
to keep girls of a susceptible age isolated from society, locked away in this conservatory environment to prevent our psychopaths from getting cloudy. That's why they sweep all the problems under the rug.
Rug.
And besides, they have to keep up appearances for our parents.
Oh no, I'm scared.
Huh?
If you think that's bad, listen to
Wow.
this rumor. Apparently, one of the teachers who taught here a few years ago was... Miss Aria!
Oh, she's creepy. She's got those eyes that are so creepy. Oh, but they're just like, oh, these girls like, oh, she's so cute, awesome, and popular.
She's pretty, and she's intelligent. Do you really need me to go on?
Yeah,
Pretty will do it by
something
itself.
about that
Intelligent
girl
helps,
scares
though.
me.
Why's that?
Eyes. can be so blank sometimes.
Thank you!
It's as if they're staring far off into another
That was the
dimension.
first thing I saw!
Kawabazaki. Shimotsuki.
I'm bringing it back.
Yes, good afternoon.
For those of you who
Sorry to
remember
interrupt
that.
your lunch, girls.
I think I said that in a fairy tale commentary, but I didn't get to use
Well,
it.
neither of you ladies belongs to any extracurricular clubs, am I right?
I've been like that all
These days,
night.
having a school that
Or
offers
day.
club activities like Oso Academy does is pretty uncommon. Really, it's a rare luxury. It's a shame to miss out.
I'm not a club
Are
person.
you recruiting us?
You got
I'll be in one club and
see,
I'll help them out
I'm
with
the
whatever they
president of
need.
the
That's
art
all I'll
club
ever do.
If you're interested, come see us in our club room.
I worked with a video game club
Oh,
for a
and
while,
Shimotsuki.
and then I worked with
I
an
may
anime
get a
club
little lost
for
in
a while,
thought
and that's it.
sometimes, but I
And
can't
those weren't
seem
at the
to
same
let
time.
directions. I mean,
That's why I did
I'm
whole
not
high
an
school. Well, I worked for a video game club, and I stopped going to clubs at all, and then I worked for an anime club.
Sorry.
Worked with. I was mostly, for the anime club, I was mostly just a member, but I did help out a little with some stuff.
Excuse me.
That was interesting art. She's painting a naked woman, right? Because I think I saw breasts.
Thanks for coming. I know about your stepfather, Yoshika.
Oh?
Your mother's new husband.
Oh? I don't know where this is going.
In my life?
Yeah, of course. I've been watching you for a while now, you know?
Miss
Aw.
Oreo?
Is this gonna be a love confession?
Tell me what happened in your own words.
This is...
That man, he's always looking at me with these disturbing, almost just like predatory eyes.
Oh!
Every time I go home, I find traces that someone's been in my room.
Oh!
I just can't take it.
Oh, fuck, that's terrifying.
But there's no way you can talk to your mother about it.
Oh.
My father left behind
Oh.
so much debt that it'd be impossible for my mom to pay it off on her own.
Oh.
So we have to depend on that man. But
Oh. Okay.
at my regular checkup last week, they said my psychopaths had gotten all cloudy. As it is, I might.
Oh, and she smirked?
Yoshika, it feels like you're not allowed to choose the life you wish you could live. I understand how hard that is. In this day and age, the system determines our aptitudes, and we have no choice but to live by that, and be satisfied with just whatever happiness is forced upon us. Unable and unpermitted to make any of our real dreams a reality.
Oh, this girl is terrifying!
The person that you long to be.
She's so...
Your true worth in this world.
Okay.
Don't you want to at least try to discover that?
I think her voice actor is killing it, because she's not
I can
lifeless,
show you, Yoshika.
but she's lifeless
The
enough.
beauty that's hiding inside you just below the surface.
Oh my god, this is so terrifying. Is she? Oh, for a second I thought she was gonna kiss her. I was like, whoa. The hug works,
Would you
but...
like to hear some more?
Oh, she's whispering
about
into her ear.
Shakespeare's work?
Oh no.
Let's start with Titus Andronicus. My favorite character in that one is Titus's
What?
daughter, Lavinia. She was punished for the sins of her father. His enemies raped her, and then so she couldn't tell anyone,
I've never
they cut out
read
her
this.
tongue and chopped off her arms.
That makes
And
her...
he that wounded her hath hurt me more than he had killed me dead. Poor Lavinia. In the end, put to death at the hand of her own father.
Well, she just bred a fucking killer. Holy shit, I have chills!
There are millions
Oh,
of
I'm
things
legit
that we
cold
humans
right
are
now.
capable of, but
And I
animals
was
are
just
not.
sweating, like,
One of
half
those
an hour ago.
things is safety control. No matter what we create, humans always put a safety mechanism on it. Enforcers are equipped with a safety mechanism in the form of inspectors. And the drones you controlled were furnished with their own set of rigorous security measures.
Yep.
Those drones were supposed to be absolutely safe. And yet, this memory card made them kill people. Where did you obtain it?
The safety
Who's
override
watching,
program
Akane?
that Kanahara put to use in the Hachioji drone incident, and then Mito's holograph cracking. Well, in both of those instances, I was only able to recover a small fragment of the source code, but there are clear similarities. I think the same programmer wrote code for both. Hell, I'm so sure of that I'd bet the bra I'm wearing on it.
Keep it, please. Mito may have
Dang.
been obsessed with
Get
social
wrecked.
networks, but he didn't possess the skills necessary
Yeah, I'd
to
rather.
tamper with public.
I'm not
knowledge to
finishing that
degree.
sentence.
There's no mistaking the fact that Kanahara and Mito were both being backed by a professional cyber criminal.
Yeah.
This testimony from Kanahara isn't gonna help us any now, is it?
I swear, it was just sent to me in the mail one day, clear out of the blue. The letter wasn't signed, there was no name on it.
I believe
All it
that.
said was he had a grudge against the factory, so he wanted us to destroy it together.
Pretty vicious. Seems this person will kill for kicks.
How could whoever sent that letter have predicted that Kanahara would be open to killing in the first place?
Why not? Pops had Kanahara figured out just by looking at the staff's periodic checkups. Surely
Yeah.
someone else could have done the same thing.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like those evaluation files were kept confidential.
So, what's this guy's motive for helping Mito?
It was Kanahara and Mito who had the motives. And that would be more than enough of a reason for him.
Kogami?
Intent and means. Engineering a crime by bringing together those two otherwise disparate elements.
Yep. Did I?
That's how he plays his game.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Was I right?
Hey.
Did I call it?
Kogami, you can't keep...
Kino, it's the same case. Someone out there is providing the means to people who have the desire to kill but don't know how. Turning these wannabes into actual murderers.
Stop and think this through. Back then they used a resin, but this time it was
Isn't that what the...
hacking programs. There's no connection.
The engineer and the middleman are two different people. There's somebody who brings them together. Those who wish to kill and those who can create the weapons they need to pull it off. That's the real mastermind.
Enough of this. You've been chasing a damn ghost. One that may never have existed.
Sasayama was on the verge of a breakthrough. I'll settle this score for him.
Damn.
That's what I've been working towards for 3 years.
Oh, fuck. Shit is
It's
getting
Takahashi from the Public Cleaning Bureau. Yeah, I'm over at the Central Fountain Tower. Noise has been appearing in the hologram for a while. Yeah, that's right. You mind turning off the fountain hollow so we can check it out?
Alright, let's check it out.
What the hell? Whoa, that's creepy. Is that a doll? Looks like some kind of art project or something. Yeah, maybe. Whatever it is, it's in poor taste. It's gross.
Oh!
Who did this?
Not only did she breed a killer, that girl bred a fucking beautiful as fuck artistic killer.
Such detail. Still, I don't think I'd want that on display anywhere in my house.
She frickin' or did she do it? She draws her kills.
I'm curious.
Oh.
Do you think Lavinia was happy at last? Finally liberated from her...
I can't remember if that's his face or not. I think it is.
Before Titus kills her, because the girl should not survive her shame and by her presence still renew his sorrows. Is that right, Mr. Makishima?
Even beautiful flowers eventually wither and fall. It's a fate that meets all living things one way or another. Knowing that sad fact, it's only natural to want to stop time, preserving the blossom while still in full bloom. But if you did truly love the girl as though she were your own daughter, do you believe that you too will be moved to say, "Killed her for whom my tears have made me blind," as Titus was?
Oh, that might be a problem for me. Because I have many more works of art that I wish to complete in the days that lie ahead. I'm just getting started.
Can you hear anything at all?
Episode 7. Symbolism.
I've got good news, Mr.
Of Bletilla,
Your daughter's
Striata.
come to see you again. Isn't that nice? I'm sure this is hard, but your father does know you're here, and it makes him happy, even if he can't express it. You shouldn't get discouraged, okay?
Yeah, of course not. It's all a big lie. Everyone here's the same. They don't notice anything, don't say anything, don't think anything. They're just empty shells. Soon they'll disappear altogether, like the melting snow. This epidemic leads innocent and well-meaning people to their deaths. But it's a pathogen that will never be wiped out, because we're the ones who create it. The disease is serenity. The slow death we've wished upon ourselves.
Oh God. Oh, the freaking poetic freaking... Oh, the freaking poetic killer who kills based off of freaking Shakespeare? Are you fucking kidding me? It's fucking freaking artistic, fucking poetic, fucking serial killer. Holy fuck. It's so fucking legit. Obviously, just from the name, I feel so stupid for not recognizing the name Bletilla Striata. I'm sure that has to be an artistic reference. But I legitimately don't recognize the name, and that really does annoy me. But the good news is we're gonna be kicking ass anyways, so... Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I really, like I said, what really sucks is I actually like the intro. So, it makes it harder to skip over. Oh, fucking Christ, that's insanity.
I've seen this. The M.O.
First, the killer dismembered and cleaved open the body, then used plastination to turn it into a human specimen. They brought their handiwork right into the middle of town.
I have to take you off this case, Kogami. I'm sorry.
Are you serious? How come?
I need people who aren't clouded by their own preconceived theories about the case, at least at the start.
But sir, we're not sure yet if this is even connected to the specimen case.
So I'm on standby at HQ.
That's right.
Damn.
Inspector Tsunomori.
Yes, sir.
It seems you know the circumstances we're dealing with. I need you to keep an eye on Kogami at all times now. Make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. That's your job in this case.
Okay, Akane. I know you'll do something stupid and let him loose at some point, but...
A dismembered body was found in a park in Daikanyama in the Shibuya ward. It's been identified as Satsuki Kuzuhara. She was a student at Oso Academy, a higher education boarding school for girls. She went missing a week ago.
Hey, wait a second. Oso Academy?
That's the school where Kozaburo Toma, the suspect in the specimen case, worked. Isn't that right, sir?
The victim's body was broken down by a special kind of resin. It converts protein into a plastic form. Forensic analysis has confirmed the resin is an exact match to what was used in the specimen case 3 years ago. We are likely dealing with the same culprit.
So after 3 years of silence, our homicidal maniac has come back to play.
Oh shit.
Can I be the heel who asks the obvious question here? Is it really smart to pull Ko from the case? He's been investigating it all this time. Wouldn't he be the best guy to put things together?
I've read his entire report, and the answer's no. He's completely delusional.
Oh. Training, eh? Oh, fuck.
That's enough. I think you won.
No, he was taking out anger.
Whoa, you've got the sparring program set to the highest level there is and you still crushed it. Are you sure you're not a cyborg, Mr. Kogami?
Still get knocked out cold from a paralyzer. I'm human. Weak like everyone else.
Damn. True. No game, no life.
You do
No
know
game, no
property
life. That's all I gotta
management
say.
isn't going to be happy about this.
It's their fault for building that piece of crap.
Oh, you're staring. Oh, you're just staring. You're not even...
Is there a reason you keep staring at me?
No, sorry.
Fucking Akane. I love her. Okay, the main character is my favorite character of the group. I love
The Dominator
Akane.
was designed to neutralize any threat. Do you really need to spend so much time in here on your combat training?
Damn right I do. Its power just means I have to train more. A person should always be stronger than the weapon they hold. It's not the Dominator who kills someone, it's the person who pulls the trigger. My training doesn't let me forget this.
Thank you!
It keeps the pain here where
Thank
it
you.
always should be.
People
I see.
need to understand
So is that
that.
supposed to be a lesson for me?
And
If I
I'm
have it
not a
my
fan
way,
of
you don't
guns,
have to
but
take
people still
anyone's
need to
life.
understand
I'll
that.
carry that weight. Did you come for a reason?
Okay, I'll get to that, but first can you wipe off that sweat
I'm not gonna
and put
get
a shirt
political
on,
in this
please?
video. Hey, he put a shirt on, damn.
It's about the unsolved murders. MWPSB Special Case 102. I did some snooping into the case without talking to you first. I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry?
You mean you're not mad at me?
What exactly would I be mad at you for? It's a murder case where one of my subordinates was killed. A case I haven't been able to solve after 3 years. If I was
Fair
mad,
enough.
then I'd be mad at myself, and I've learned the hard way that doesn't get me anywhere.
That's true.
3 years, and I haven't even gotten close to finding the real mastermind.
Damn.
Kozaburo Toma's puppeteer.
Do you think whoever committed those crimes is behind this murder as well?
I don't know yet. It's always possible this is the elaborate work of a copycat, but it would be stupid not to pursue the connection.
Yep.
It must be hard
That's
getting pulled from
true.
the case.
I'm not done yet. I just don't want to get Gino in trouble.
Huh?
I'm saying there's a way to do this right. We just need a good pretext. We have to create a situation where they need our help again.
Do you think that's possible?
I'm sure. Just wait and see.
Okay.
What was
We'll
he
wait
like?
and see.
Enforcer Sasayama.
He was a real piece of work. A womanizer, for starters.
Of course.
Just ask Hiranamori or Kanizuka how many times he grabbed their butts. They always gave him one hell of a punch. And yet he never
stopped
seemed
them.
to learn his lesson.
Yeah! Oh.
He had a short temper, too. And when he got upset, there was no calming him down.
Freaking awesome.
One time he went into a house of someone who'd been flagged by a hue check. Went in and found the guy on top of a woman he had kidnapped. Sasayama nearly beat the man to death with his bare hands. I was an inspector at the time, so I had to stop him. But deep down, well, I don't know how to put it. He was an amusing guy. A womanizing, violent bastard. But he had a heart you couldn't contain.
Damn.
Certainly never thought he would die that way.
Wow.
You see the picture of his body?
I'm glad he wasn't.
Yes.
And you read how the killer posed his corpse beneath a holographic illumination.
Yes.
But do you know what kind of illumination it was?
Sorry, no, I don't.
It was an ad for a pharmaceutical company. Safe stress care, taking you to a world without suffering. Analysis showed that before Sasayama was
The
turned into a plastic
irony
specimen,
of
he
that.
was dismembered while he was still alive.
Holy
He
fuck.
felt every cut.
Oh!
It's like the killer was sending a message.
Oh.
There is no world without suffering. That's
Yeah.
all life is. I wanted that monster to feel every stab of pain he'd caused Sasayama. Once I started feeling like that, there was no coming back, and from that day on, my career as an inspector was over.
Fair enough.
Do you regret going too far?
I can't regret being involved in this case. It's my job. My regret is not solving it. That's what I
Fair
can't
enough.
Kozaburo Toma's accomplice 3 years ago, the man you say is the mastermind. Are there any leads we might still be able to use to find him?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
There's a picture Sasayama took. It's pretty blurry, though. He had the image saved on his terminal.
Holy crap, that's blurry. Near future,
This man
right?
in the picture. Do you know anything more?
Only the file name for the image. Makishima.
Makishima.
That body in the park. It was Satsuki Kuzuhara.
Yeah, I heard that.
She doesn't even give a fuck.
Yoshika's been absent from school for 2 days now.
I heard that too.
Hey, listen to me.
Oh
this
god,
is
she's
serious.
becoming like her.
I am listening. It's not just Yoshika. I heard Masami Yamaguchi in Class B is absent as well. I get the sense that something really terrible is going on in this academy. So what?
Do you not care?
My point is, if there is something bad, I wouldn't get involved. I wouldn't gossip either.
It's not just gossip.
If we aren't careful, we could put ourselves in serious danger too.
Slowly. She's nowhere near
can't
the other
stay
girl,
quiet.
but
We've
you
been
notice
friends with
she's
Yoshika
becoming
since we were
more
little kids.
contained, and she's even reading, I'm assuming, Shakespeare.
What?
It seemed as if Yoshika really liked her, didn't she? And lately it seemed like Rikuko was
And her voice
crazy
is
about
losing.
Yoshika too. If you want to pry, I bet she's the girl to ask.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kierkegaard had a philosophy my father liked. He said man is superior to animals because man has two aspects, the physical and the eternal. But because man must relate the finite to the infinite, man can be in despair. If you can't know despair, then you can't know hope. My father used dismembered bodies as the subject of his paintings to symbolize the contradictory nature of the self. I had so much respect for my father. He understood his obligation as an artist, and for years he tried to use his creations to enlighten humanity. When it comes to talent, I still think he was brilliant. That's what makes it worse.
Who are you
That's why
sleeping
I
with?
can't forgive him for abandoning his duty halfway through, when he could have shown the world so much more. Yesterday, my father passed away. He's been dead for a long time, really. His body just didn't know it. But last night, his heart finally gave in to the inevitable. It's okay, though. I won't rip my clothes and cry. I'm going to finish what my father started and fulfill his obligation to enlighten the world with his art. And you get to be a part of it.
Holy
It's such
fuck.
an exciting time. Right, Yoshika?
What the fuck? I couldn't even tell. It
Stress
looked like the
deficiency
girl, but
cerebral infarction. That won't be the official
Why
entry
were
on
they
any death
naked?
certificate,
Were
but it is
they-
the most accurate. It's said to be the real cause of most deaths.
And then
in
she
this
killed
country.
her, or-
Officially, they call it heart failure from an unknown cause.
I've heard of this condition. They say it's a side effect of excessive stress care.
For some time, researchers have understood that moderate stress has beneficial effects. It boosts the immune system, for example. Stress motivates us and prepares us for action. It compels our body to survive. However, routine psychopath checks take our stress away from us. There are patients whose stress reaction is so numb, they can't even recognize basic stimulation of their senses.
damn.
Once that happens, it's a neurological downward spiral. They become like living corpses. Eventually, their autonomic nervous system stops working and their vital functions shut down.
Damn.
It's sad what we've become, isn't it? We are now capable of caring for ourselves to the point that we actually regress as living beings. We're killing ourselves with good intentions.
Yep.
And the fact is, as remarkable as
That's
our
gotta
medical
be the
advancements
guy.
have been this century, the average lifespan is actually decreasing. The statistics make it very clear. But the public will probably never hear about that.
Well, that's hardly shocking. In this era, everything that could be called a true reason for living has been methodically removed. No one tries to talk seriously about what life should be anymore. It's not part of our culture.
The father
Yeah.
of Rikako Oreo, the girl I mentioned earlier, he had eustress deficiency as well. Roichi Oreo. At the peak of his career, he was one of the most celebrated artists alive. Surely you've heard of him.
I'm afraid not. It's embarrassing, but I'm rather ignorant when it comes to art.
Damn.
He was a genius illustrator. He created vivid, cruel nightmares using broken female bodies as motifs.
Oh my god.
From his art, you might assume he was some twisted sadist, but he was actually a strictly moral man. That's not uncommon, that disconnect between the creator and the impression their creations give, but in Roichi's case, it was rooted in a firm ideology. According to him, mankind could only control the cruelty in our nature by fully confronting it. If he forced us to look unflinchingly at the darkest depths of the human heart, he could foster the goodwill and reason necessary to quell those baser impulses. He believed his artistic purpose was to enlighten humanity and challenge us to grow.
That's a lofty goal. You make him sound like quite the saint.
But then the world changed. The spread of psychopath assessments made that kind of self-examination obsolete.
Damn.
We didn't have to control ourselves anymore. The machine assessments could maintain our mental health for us. And while the technology robbed his art of its purpose, I heard Roichi actually welcomed it. Like I said, he was a moral man, and his own success was never the point. His ideal of humans having a healthy mind had been achieved. The way it happened was irrelevant. Still, it wasn't easy. His mission was over, and his life no longer had meaning. He was welcoming the change that would ruin him.
That's surprising. Some artists say they're above fame, but I don't believe I've heard of one who actually meant it.
Well, part of him meant it at least. Internally, he was conflicted, and he resorted to all sorts of state-of-the-art stress care methods to quiet the growing turmoil. His daughter tells me that he became dependent on the treatments over time. Stress care was an addiction he could not break.
Instead, it broke him, didn't it? Turned him into a living corpse who couldn't even sit up in bed.
Considering how much Rikako loved her father, I imagine she felt his decline was unforgivable. It's as if Roichi Oryo was killed twice. First, his talent was killed by science and technology, and then his spirit was killed by the culture that technology created.
Ouch.
You mean this young woman is committing these horrific murders to get revenge for her father? Is that it?
Well, who can really know what lies in another human's heart? I just hope she finds some meaning beyond revenge.
Chegu-san?
Whoa, that was crazy. That was like whoosh. Like, I don't know what that was. That like transition for a second was crazy. She said something that sounded like French. Well, what do we have here? This might get crazy. No.
Well, that was quick.
Remarkable. I wonder how Mr. Makishima knew about this place when no one at the academy even realizes it exists.
Evidently it was an old generator room where they used to boil down recyclables. But when the school was renovated, it disappeared from the blueprints. Pretty sloppy, huh?
So did you bring me the resin?
Right over there. Deliveries aren't usually my thing, but the payment this time, well, everyone has a price. Not to mention I get to help a cute young lady like yourself. So, in other words, you won't be hearing any complaints from me.
Of course.
Where does Mr. Makishima get this wonderfully bizarre chemical anyway?
Well, he mentioned something about them being left over from past festivities. Don't know who made it. Honestly, I don't want to. But just imagine it. A chemical that turns living matter into plastic doesn't have too many practical applications. I guess the inventor thought amusing Mr. Makishima was worth a lot more than selling a patent.
It
Sounds
seems
like
geniuses who use their talents for unsavory purposes are drawn to him like nails to a magnet. You're one of those nails, aren't you? Chegu-san.
Don't know why it's that way.
Chegu-san.
But there's a feeling working for him. It's like reliving my childhood. What mischief should we get into
Those
next to
eyes.
turn society on its head? It's all I think about now.
I understand. I feel the same way. You and Mr. Makishima provide the toys, and we, the mischievous children, get to play a game of shake up the world.
This girl!
Sounds addictive. Don't you agree?
This
For
girl!
we who run the toy store, just watching you brats play is all the fun we need.
This guy.
I see.
I mean, this
Then
girl.
you're in luck, because they should be discovering my second bit of mischief any moment. You should keep an eye on the news.
I tingle with anticipation.
Great.
It's a shame, though. You always leave before the real fun begins. Are you sure you don't want to stay?
Unfortunately, I'm a weenie when it comes to blood.
What? Okay, that's disturbing. Oh. What the? Wait.
A second kill.
Oh my.
If this is Koza Barotoma's work, it's actually the 6th.
Kagami Kawarazaki. Nice to see you. So let's hear this burning question.
It's about Yoshika. Yoshika Okubo. She's gone missing. She's been absent from school for 3 days in a row now. So...
You're worried about her. You care about your friends more than anything, don't you?
We've known each other since we were little girls. That's her!
Friendship between girls can be wonderful, don't you think?
What the
I
fuck?
have a feeling it could become a very exciting motif.
Run.
It could be a great addition to my Yoshika piece. I'm so glad you chose to come.
Oh my god! Holy fuck, she's terrifying! Jesus Christ! Man, I fucked up my hair. Oh, fucking shit! What the fuck? Yo!
A touching reunion with her childhood friend. It plucks at the heartstrings, doesn't it? Why, I think I could almost cry.
Okay, this is her second...
I want to recreate this emotional scene in a place where more and more people can see it and be touched. I guess that's the fate of an artist, isn't it? That ever-growing need to share with the world.
Oh my god, the psychology is so good! Holy fucking shit! I could go on a rant about that. Holy crap! Oh my god, this fucking show. I can say right now that I love I love Fairy Tail, I love Ben 10, I love MLP. This show I am enjoying more than any other reaction series right now. And it's funny because I probably react the least to this show. But this show is so... this show. Oh, this show. And it's sad because this is probably my least popular reaction series, but it's so good. Oh, Psycho-Pass is so strong right now. It could fall off with me, but 7 episodes in, freaking awesome. This show is something else. It's like, I was afraid that it would be gory when it didn't need to be, and it doesn't. It's realistic to its show. It doesn't overdo it. It doesn't... but what makes it, and it's ironic because the show's called Psycho-Pass, but the psychology in this show is incredible. It's so good. Whether it's Kogami, Akane, the freaking other inspector whose name escapes me, and then...
I have to take you off this case, Kogami.
Oh, this is a recap.
The victim's body was broken down by a special kind of resin. Forensic analysis has confirmed the resin is an exact match to what was used in the specimen case 3 years ago.
So after 3 years of silence, our homicidal maniac has come back to play.
This man in the picture. Do you know anything more?
Only the file name for the image. Makashima.
Oh god, it's so good. And then silence. Tough title. I'm not gonna predict anything. Could go a lot of ways, but holy fuck, I love this killer. Holy fuck. She's so good. Oh. Too bad, like I said, this is her 3rd episode. I doubt she's gonna last much longer. She's either gonna get wrecked this episode or probably next episode. God damn. I like that they built her up, and they continue to build her up, and she's just... Oh. She's fucking so good. Because like I said, that's what makes a great serial killer, is the psychology behind them. It's not how they... Okay, how they kill can be really good. Like in her case, it's really fucking good. When they're like, a lot of them are, you know, to them it's their form of art. It's their masterpiece, and it becomes more and more addictive each time. And that type of psychology. And I got the sense of it in the first episode, but I didn't know we would delve this far into it. Like it's I like how we get like viewpoints of killers too. Like with her, we're getting her viewpoint. We're seeing her do this. You know, it's not a mystery of who's the killer. No. None of that crap that is spammed all over television in the United States. No. We are just in general. We're getting like this girl is insane. We're gonna see how she kills, and then they gotta find her. But we don't. We know.
The security here. It's gotten rather tight, hasn't it?
2 students dead, one after the other, both in ways that appear to share the same MO.
Yep.
Of course, the school has to take action. Otherwise, they'll face a revolt from parents and donors. Plus, the prime suspect is Kozaburo Toma, a former teacher. The NWPSB investigation will focus on Oso Academy for a while.
So my hands are tied for now.
Why do you find it so necessary to use students here as the subjects for your art?
Because this is an all-girl boarding school. What are your thoughts on Oso Academy's curriculum, Mr. Makashima?
It's a relic, but I can see how some rich parents might like its traditions. Perhaps. If you're conservative-minded, and you want an old-fashioned approach to education for your children, this is the only school left.
Chastity and gracefulness. Classic virtues that are nearly extinct. Except for here at Oso Academy, where they're still taught and celebrated. In boys, these virtues have no value. Only in girls can they be cultivated. After which, we can be shipped out as replica antiques, refined, pure maidens for wealthy older men to purchase and turn into idealized partners for an archaic arrangement called marriage. Perhaps even the word antique is too charitable, though. Maybe it's better to describe them as mere components.
Outdated.
Pieces that can be sculpted into an artwork called the Lady. They're rough stones waiting to be chipped and polished into shape. If given the chance, there are so many ways in which these girls could bloom. And yet their fate is the most boring and inconsequential of all imaginable lives.
That's an interesting perspective. I didn't know there was so much philosophy in your work. As for this latest piece of yours, have you decided where you'll display it?
I'm not sure yet, but it must be perfect. Out in the open, somewhere that will attract as much attention as possible.
Does he have an idea where to put it?
We haven't found a solid lead
That's
yet.
gonna be fucking incredible when we see it. The fucking the hands of friendship with the 2 severed heads. Oh, it's gonna be so good.
The school went to their parents' homes, but they weren't there. Those 2 might be our next victims.
Victims. Damn it. I was looking at that too.
It's strange, we know that for sure. The school's on a lockdown so tight it would make the military envious. How's it even possible for our guy to get a victim out of here?
Let's think about this. First off, why does the killer only seem to be targeting students here at Oso Academy?
Toma is probably familiar with every square foot of this school. Maybe he knows a secret way in through the sewers or sub-basements.
Yeah, that's as good a theory as any. I mean,
Not
this
bad,
academy is what,
but you're
100 years old? How many renovations have some of these buildings been through? Just trying to understand the blueprints must make people's heads spin.
Maybe
Fair
he's
enough.
not moving in and out with his victims. Maybe his kill room or hideout is somewhere on the academy property.
That makes a lot of sense.
I knew you were looking into this case. Did Miss Karanamori give this to you?
Any thoughts? I'm assuming you've read the same reports.
You want to know what I think? Well, based on the matching chemical, I think it's looking more likely it's the culprit from the old case.
That's funny, my theory's the exact opposite of yours.
The opposite?
It's too similar.
Yeah, for example, in the case 3 years ago, this guy was one of the victims. Lower house member, suspected of corruption, specifically falsifying his crime coefficient. They gave him the chance to get it remeasured out in the open, but he refused. When the media and his rivals questioned him, he offered up cliché denials, saying stuff like, "Not to my recollection." Next thing you know, they found his body. His skull sliced open like a ripe watermelon, and his brain cleanly scooped out. The autopsy discovered that the killer had taken the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory, and shoved it up the poor guy's ass.
Holy fuck.
Sasayama's death was just as gruesome, but each time the killer seemed to be sending a very specific message about the victim. It was sick, but literal enough for anybody to figure it out. There were 4 victims during the first go-around, each one found in a completely different spot. Beneath a holographic illumination, at a 5-star restaurant, in a zoo, and above a stage for a pop concert. The locations were half the message, but these 2 were left in a park. That's too boring a place for him.
Boring?
These new murders lack the ironic sense of humor and clear messages of the earlier ones. They look like works of art, but they're too sterile and clinical. It's like there's something missing now.
And that is...
Originality.
Originality? How so?
Like the killer wants to be seen as profound, but he doesn't have anything to say. At least no message I can make sense of.
Perhaps.
When Kozaburo Toma was killing people, he was just creating materials, bodies to complete his work.
Yeah.
This killer has that in common. But beyond the unusual medium, nothing. No parallels in how the bodies are manipulated. I get a totally different vibe from this killer. The crime scenes show he's intelligent and got assigned a well-paying job thanks to Sybil's judgment. But he's also young. Or at least immature and childlike at times. Considering none of the victims' bodies showed signs of sexual abuse, we can guess that our killer himself never suffered any as a child.
It kinda sounds like you're...
Profiling. Inspector, I'd like permission to go out in the field.
What? You can't leave here without me chaperoning.
All right, then I'm inviting you to chaperone.
She's all like, yay, I get to be with my future boyfriend.
This place?
Is this your
That
first time?
shit's way too real on this
Actually,
show.
I guess you never had any reason to visit.
I could be wrong, but
You know,
I think
once
it's gonna happen.
Yorgino decides I've
We'll
worn
see.
out my welcome, I'll be thrown in here and never allowed in the outside world again.
Obviously, don't tell me, obviously.
Yeah, but why are we here right now?
I've got a hunch the way the bodies were arranged in our current case is actually based on some artwork. So I thought we'd get a real expert's opinion on it. We're entering the ward where they isolate patients with crime coefficients over 300.
Were they smoking? Like,
In
what was
case of
that?
emergency, the
Was
vents
that
will
a
flood the
super
room
reader?
with toxic gas. Basically, you're walking through a part-time execution chamber.
Damn!
That's brutal.
Even if these guys could leave, they wouldn't last a second. The Dominators would immediately give an execution order and turn them into pink slush. But by spending their lives in a cage, at least they get to live.
Hi, doggy. It's been a while, hasn't it?
You've been busy with your art. Getting them on your back must have been hard.
I assure you, my body is quite flexible. I
Holy-
can get it onto my back as long as I have a mirror.
You see the news?
That's
If the world does not show an appreciation for art, I won't appreciate it.
I'm looking for pieces similar to these bodies. Paintings, sculptures, illustrations, even stuff like movies, games, or comics.
Damn.
These are good. They're exactly like Roichi Orio's work.
Ever heard of him?
No.
It's so sad that a talent as great as his has been forgotten. In my day, any art the government deemed obscene still ended up squirreled away by hackers into the recesses of the net. Kids today lack guts.
Yep.
You realize, don't you? Today's hackers would be in here too. All thanks to the civil system.
You're a cold bastard, Co. Look, similar, isn't it? When I had a gallery, I often sold his pieces for tens of thousands. Because not only were they obscenely original, but the product of a coherent voice who infused them with fundamental themes.
Thank you for your time.
Damn.
Let's check the investigation materials again. Maybe there's a reference to this Roichi Orio we missed.
Okay, hold on. There's a student at Oso Academy with the same last name. Kogami! It's the guy's daughter!
Oh, shit!
Seen any suspicious men around campus?
No.
All right, thank you, miss.
Hey,
Cole!
That idiot!
Wait. We think a girl here's the killer.
What?
Yep.
Hey, officer, you can't just march into the academy. Your boss told us you'd be delicate with this investigation. The students are already on edge as it is. You have to turn around.
Oh, shit. Here we go.
Are you Rikiko Orio?
And what is this about?
Crime coefficient 472. Enforcement mode. Lethal eliminator.
Oh, shit.
And carefully eliminate target.
No, you can't! guys? She's only a teenager!
Hate to tell you, it's been years since we've had juvenile law.
That's really funny, because it's traditional, but yeah.
That was a little too close.
Thank you for your help. Did Mr. Makishima tell you to be here?
Yes.
I want a perimeter around the academy.
Oh
Use
God,
every drone we've got. We don't have enough? I'll scrounge some up, damn it!
Oh, that's disturbing as fuck! It's so good!
Will one of you please explain to me how we can't find a teenage girl?
Security is geared towards monitoring people coming in and out of the academy. Finding a person already hiding inside is much trickier, sir.
Oh, that makes sense.
If you were to analyze all security camera recordings from the last few days, would you be able to quickly isolate Rikiko Oreo?
As long as I get help from the lab at headquarters. It shouldn't take me more than 15 minutes or so.
Then get started.
It's like, okay,
So,
yes, sir. Or,
you
yes,
said
ma'am.
Roichi Oreo. How'd you track down our killer from this obscure artist?
You were looking for originality, right, Kogami?
Originality?
Yes, sir. See, well, our killer, her message struck Mr. Kogami as boring, so we thought to use, you know, profiling to find a lead. Or sort of.
Kogami, how long have you known these two murders were not committed by Kozaburo Toma? Was it from the start of our investigation?
The killer we're after now displays her victims in places where she's certain they'll attract the most attention.
Yeah.
But if it were Kozaburo Toma, on the other hand, he'd never use an ordinary park twice in a row.
Your profile aside, we still lack hard proof the killer's Rikiko.
That may be, but we can't have a person with a high crime coefficient out walking the streets either. Right, sir?
All the recordings are downloaded now.
Yeah,
I'll put them on the
that
wall.
was a pretty high crime coefficient. Anytime it's high enough to
She looks pretty popular for
garner
a murderer.
lethal elimination.
Almost like she's got her own fan club.
Where's this camera looking?
The garbage disposal facility behind the dorms.
What the hell's she doing there?
That's her secret base. Crap, they're probably gonna get her this episode. Damn it. I know she has to die eventually or something like that, but... Time to see the truth, right? Oh my goodness. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Kogami, how long have you known these two murders were not committed by Kozaburo Toma?
Wait, what?
Was it from the start of our investigation?
The killer we're after now displays her victims in places where she's certain they'll attract the most attention.
I didn't know you were a music fan, Mr. Shibata.
Yes, I'm always looking for promising young talent to mentor. There's no better feeling than finding them an audience for their work.
Help! Vice Principal! The police just found 2 more bodies on the academy grounds!
Oh no, not again.
Uh-oh. I have no idea what this guy's supposed to be. It's hard to tell. He could be a teacher, he could be a ton of things.
You must have been very close to her.
How did you know?
It's the look in your eyes.
There's something important I never worked up the courage to tell Kagami. She'd been so worried for Yoshika. All she cared about was finding out what happened to her best friend. I was the one who told her to ask Rikiko. If I could go back, I'd never let her go alone. I'm responsible. It's like I'm the one who murdered her. If I hadn't said that...
Calm down.
You're crying out now. Before you become unstable in your heat
Oh,
fights.
okay. Then let it go. Yeah.
We still have too many unanswered questions. The escape route that was used by Rikiko. The stuff down in the basement. No matter how smart she may be, these aren't things a high schooler can manage on her own. I think there's someone helping her. What if, like you said...
Wait.
What's wrong?
Some of the data is damaged. When Kinezica first downloaded all of it, Everything was in pristine shape.
It looks like all the damage has been done to the feed from the art room camera.
It's unwatchable. Hold on. This one. I think we can restore the audio.
Why do you find it so necessary to use students here as the subjects for your art?
Because this is an all-girl boarding school. What are your thoughts on Oso Academy's curriculum, Mr. Makishima?
Oh. Oh.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Oh.
Chegu-san?
Oh, yeah, calm down.
Rikako Oreo, there's something I need to know before this is all over. Do you realize what you've done wrong? What you've done to disappoint me, your dear mentor?
What? What on earth are you talking about? I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, if you don't realize what you've done wrong, you certainly can't discuss it. My fears have sadly come true. Your growth has stunted. It's so depressing. When I first met you, I thought, here's a smart girl with great things in her future.
Wait, please, Mr. Makishima. If you're mad at me, I'm sorry.
I like this quote from Titus Andronicus.
Oh.
And so should I rob my sweet sons of their fee? No, let them satisfy their lust on thee.
What is this?
The hunt is up. The morn is bright and gray. The fields are fragrant and the woods are green. Uncouple here, and let us make a bay.
So she's gonna kill her.
They told me here at dead time of night, 1,000 fiends, 1,000 hissing snakes, 10,000 swelling toads, as many urchins would make such fearful and confused cries.
Oh crap! Here we go. What the hell?
Listen, fair madam. Let it be your glory to see her tears. But be your heart to them as unrelenting flint to drops of rain. And so now, go tell, and if thy tongue of yours can speak it, who 'twas that cut thy tongue, and ravished thee. Write down thy mind, bewray thy meaning so, and if thy stumps will let thee play the scribe.
He'll kill you. One day Mr. Makishima will get bored and toss you away like me.
Don't you worry about that. In the end, you were nothing more than a little pet for him to play with. And like Mr. Makishima, I did appreciate the fun you provided.
Her life was beast-like and devoid of pity, and being so shall have like want of pity. A most fitting end for Rikako, courtesy of Titus Andronicus.
Was it fitting, though? Until tonight, I was under the impression you liked Rikako.
Yes, but I found a more interesting toy. I need you to get some information. The man from the MWPSB who came to school, he is an enforcer. I believe his name's Kogami.
An enforcer? Strange choice to set your sights on.
He is. But the man's instincts and intelligence are extremely impressive. I think Kogami should prove quite entertaining.
Guys, Kogami's gonna prove quite entertaining. Guys. Okay, there's no way he gets turned to the dark side. I don't know. Yeah. No. It's not happening. And god damn do I have chills. Like I predicted, she did die. But I'm very happy that she got killed by her boss, so to speak. As opposed to being killed by Akane Kogami in the game. this... Was that new? Or did I just never pay attention to this outro? Nah, it wasn't new. I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But anyways, yeah. That was pretty freaking awesome. And like I said, I'm just letting the credits roll. Now listen to the very end of the intro. Oh man, guys, that was some fun ass shit. You guys know my feelings on Psychopaths, they just keep getting better and better. This show's freaking insane. It's so good. It's not getting stale at all. Like, I feel like each killer is incredibly diversified and unique, and obviously we got our overarching story that's really starting to build, and obviously might be starting to really take shape. So good, guys. It was freaking awesome. I freaking love this show. There's a reason why I can do 3 episodes in a row of this show consistently. It's so good. Not much else to say. I can't wait to for Mr. Crap, forgot his name, to go after Kogami. That's gonna be freaking awesome. Freaking awesome. We'll see what happens. And like I said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I sure as heck did. And yeah. I guess I'll see you next time with another video. TheFlamingShark signing out. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.